Chris Jones is holding out looking for Aaron Donald money. KC may struggle to come up with the cap space for the anchor of their defense.
Good job.
But is this a smart play? Because does Mahomes even really need a defense?
Okay, well, so obviously Mahomes needs a defense. Here's the thing. Chris Jones going to play for the Chiefs this year. This really is about if he's going to play for the Chiefs the next few years. There is an argument to be made. He's the single best defensive player in the sport. It is inarguable that he's one of the 10 best defensive players in the sport. And he is clearly one of the 2 best at his position. And you can make the argument that right now, this moment, he's better than Aaron Donald. Not historically, but where he is in his career. That he's the best D tackle. This is tricky for Kansas City, though, because Aaron Donald makes $31.6 million a year. The second highest paid defensive tackle makes $24. You're not supposed to have that gap between 1 and 2. The Chiefs want to pay Chris Jones somewhere between them. Chris Jones wants right next to Aaron Donald. I don't blame him, but it's tricky because Mahomes is on a bit of a discount. Kelsey's on a huge discount. I think this gets done. But it should be noted, the last time there was a Chief that wanted to be paid at the very top of the market, he got traded. His name was Tyreek Hill. Now they could overcome that because of Mahomes. Chris Jones is wildly important to this team. I believe they're going to get a deal done, but if they don't, this is probably his last year on the Chiefs. And that absolutely hurts their ability to go on a dynastic run. If he's there this year, which I think he will be, I think they could have a top 10 defense. Top 10 defense. They have all those young guys in the secondary, with a year of experience. I really like Nick Bolton as their inside backer. They have spent consecutive first-round picks on defensive ends. They then went out and got Charles Omenihu, and you have Chris Jones. You could have a legitimate pass rush, a young athletic secondary, Bolton holding down the linebacker crew, along with the guy they got from the Chargers, Leo Chenal. We'll see what happens with him. I like what this defense can be, but the focal point is Chris Jones. Chris Jones, who was first-team All-Pro last year, had 15.5 sacks, and people who haven't been paying attention, Chris Jones, Mahomes' first year as a starter, set the all-time NFL record. Look it up. Most consecutive games with a sack in NFL history. Chris Jones holds that record. He's been awesome for a really long time. But I understand you can't have, it's very difficult to have the highest paid defensive player in the league and be paying your quarterback $50 million a year. And so I think they get it worked out. My guess is this comes in at 4 years. They're going to call it $120 million. So he gets to say $30 million a year. But practically speaking, it's a 3-year, $80 million deal with $70 million of that guaranteed. Clip this and mark this for me. I'm guessing it's reported at 4/1/20. That 4th year is a fake one. It's actually 3 for $80, which is $27 million a year with $70 million guaranteed. I think that's how this thing ends. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.